There's a zebra right there, first of all. So, I don't know what else is here. But, yeah. So, we're entering the museum. So, let's see what we can do. So, guys, we are in Zimbabwe, Harare, Zimbabwe. And we're now at now this is a picture of the mobile African Liberation Museum right here. And it's www.africanliberation.museum. Contact number is +263 242 705566. So guys, look at the landscape of this. Look there. Oh my God, at the mountain and on top of the mountain and all down the sides. We're in the parking lot here, right here. And Dr. Masaka is parking the vehicle. And we see, I don't know if this part of the museum houses. We also see that people can park down below. So we're just going to be exploring and see can we find out. Just enjoy that landscape. Wow. Wow. Zimbabwe. This is Queen C. Pinks, your caregiver supporter, guys. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Look at the landscape. It is outstanding. Outstanding.
That happens. You know that happens.
Guys, here's a truck here. And we can take the Zuma bar is in front. And you can take the tours, guys. Yeah. And you get the seats, guys. Wow. Wow. Okay, guys, let's go see what's cooking. Guys, this is a seat made out of an old wagon wheel. This is an old wagon wheel made into a seat. So guys, just gonna take a few shots of the building around. Love that tree right there. Love that tree. Love that tree. Hey guys, we're back. This is Queen C. Pixie, your caregiver supporter. I am at the African Liberation Museum where the real deal is. And I have this gentleman here. Oh my God, his name is Sam, but I'm not going to let it go at that. He's going to introduce himself on who he is and what these steps behind us mean. Why are they significant? So I'm going to say, take it away, Sam.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to the Museum of African Liberation. Okay, we're here in the city center of Harare. Well, I can say we're in the city center of Harare. And right behind me here, as we're about to start off our tour, we've got 500 steps. They represent the 500 years that the black man was struggling. So we depicted that by putting 500 steps that go all the way to the top right there. There's a hill right there. 500 steps going all the way to the top of the hill there.
Wow.
So you can imagine the amount of exercise you got right there.
Yeah.
Going uphill, feeling the pain that
Wow.
we're trying to represent that the black man went through
Wow.
500 years ago.
Now you're
All right.
saying black man, well, this incorporates black people, period.
This just incorporates the black people.
Okay, is this incorporating, because this is Africa.
Mainly Africa.
This is Africa.
Mainly Africa, yeah.
So you're not dealing with slavery here.
No, not slavery, but
Okay.
it's just the black manners and the Africans, how long it took. Remember, we were in bondage?
Exactly, that's what I'm
Okay,
trying
from
to
all these
do the
different
correlation.
countries, yes, we were
Yep, and
colonized.
colonization.
And it took us about 500 years just to get out of that bondage.
Okay,
And
okay.
now we're depicting it right here with
And-
these steps.
And Zimbabwe liberation came when?
We got our liberation in 1980.
1980.
That's when we got independence.
Okay.
From the British colonization.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
All right.
We're right here.
So what else do you recommend that we do as Americans first time here on this tour?
Well, there's a lot that you're going to experience on this tour. You're going to get to see some artifacts of people that fought in the liberation struggle.
Okay.
Also, you get to see some stuff that have been brought in
Okay.
by a lot of different countries as well.
Okay.
Also, here we've got different countries that are also supporting this project that we're doing here at the
Wow.
Museum of African Liberation.
Wow.
Right.
Different countries supporting.
Yes.
Are you getting any support from the U.S.?
They're coming.
Okay.
They've been here.
Okay.
They've been here.
Just want to have an
The
idea.
Brits have been here.
All right.
They've been here, but mainly we've got the African countries that are in support of all this. You know,
All
the
right.
SADC countries, and we've got friends of the struggle that these countries went through. We're talking about China.
Dr. Masaki is waving at me because he wants me to come up the steps there.
They're going. They're going.
So we're going to give it a try.
They're trying.
All right, let's go here. Thank you so much, Moses.
All right. There you
All
go.
right.
Off you go. Off you go.
All right, guys, we're doing up the 500 steps here in Zimbabwe. Wow, what a heartbreak, what a sadness of knowing of their liberation, that they had to come up here to walk these steps, guys. 500 steps all the way to the top. Whoa. Bless you, Lord. Bless you, Lord.
We're trying to give you some. Watching us go.
I did get you.
Yeah,
500
yeah.
steps. Guys, they're going up.
Y'all want to go more? What?
I think we can do a little more.
Oh, okay.
So, guys, we might not get to 500. We can get 100, or we can get 200. So now I didn't bring my climbing or walking shoes, guys. Okay, guys, we're gonna stop at the tree.
It's a nice view from here.
Look at this view. Just look, just a few simple
Okay, guys, they made it. They're not to the top, but we made it here.
But
Beautiful view.
miss our tour either.
Beautiful
We set
view.
aside so they can give us
Okay,
we could do this.
beautiful view.
Otherwise we could
Beautiful
miss
view.
something. Yeah, we don't want to miss our
Beautiful
tour.
view.
In my pocket.
Okay, guys,
Oh yeah.
we're going back
Hold
down.
on, doctor. So at least if we don't come back, we have it on that we were here.
Yes,
Video.
yes.
Damn.
Oh, the tour is about. The tour guide is about to come over.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Here we go. Tamaka, pleased to meet you. Say hello to America.
Hi America, it's your boy Tamaka. Welcome to Museum of African Liberation.
There you go. There you go.
You did
All right,
good.
guys, you did great. He's gonna right here.
All right.
Okay, and guys, yes, you're gonna be our guide, right?
Yeah.
And this is our tour guide, guys. So we're getting ready to follow Tamaka. Here we go.
Yeah.
And you can, yes, I didn't wear sneakers for hiking. Yeah, so I wore kind of like flats.
So how's America?
America is America.
I like to visit America.
Ooh, you gotta come.
Yeah.
You gotta come. What do you wanna? What have you heard about America, Tamaka?
I think
The schools, the city.
blade trains, you know, blade trains.
What is Blitztrance? I don't know what that is.
Blade train, Miriam. Blade train. The fastest train in the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you want to get in there with the young and get some of that bling and all that stuff they're running around doing in the fast cars and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You guys got that in Africa, you know?
Yeah.
But you,
But we don't have it in Africa.
yeah, not
This
as
type
plenty,
of-
not
this
as
type of
not as
train.
plentiful. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you still in school?
No,
Okay.
I'm not
losing my
working
shit.
here.
So you work here full time?
I'm a tour guy.
Okay. Yeah. But I mean for here.
Yeah.
All right. That's very interesting. You should meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
You meet people from places like where?
Like Brazil,
Whoa.
Ethiopia,
All right.
America.
In America.
Yes.
Yeah, we stopped in Ethiopia. This is she's recording right now.
All
I'm
right.
not.
Oh, okay. Simone?
Yes.
Yes, Tamaka wants to come to America so he can get with the youth and get some bling. She has sons that can show you that bling.
Yes. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Okay.
There you go. So Simone gonna educate him on her kids and how much what they have going. See the similarity. Okay, Macumba Block, and we're going down now. Back to where we started from. Down the step here. Okay. I'm going to grab my skirt, and I'm gonna stop.
Now, so this is the wall project. So the Museum of African Liberation is actually a project under the Institute of African Knowledge, which is more like a think tank organization. So the idea is to document everything African, is to tell our stories as Africans, because what we notice is that there is more exaggeration, distortion, and when people tell the African stories.
Yes.
So what we are trying to do, or what we are doing, is saying we are claiming our own identity. We are telling our own stories instead of waiting for someone to come and tell our story. So as a result, the Institute of African Knowledge came up with an idea of having an African museum. So we are unique from other museums in Zimbabwe in the sense that this is a whole continental project, like it's a Pan-Africanism project. So what we have, because museums are not self-sustainable because of the fact, maybe if you've noticed, even during COVID time, most museums closed down because of lack of sustainability. So in order to sustain the museum, we then came up with other projects. So other projects under this Institute of African Knowledge, we have a Liberation Park Mall. So I'm going to take you also around the whole Liberation City. So this project is sitting on almost 90 hectares of land. So that this whole land has got all these projects, starting with the Liberation Mall. This is the Liberation Museum. We're also going to put a theme park, the ZDF Park, and also the Heritage Village. So you get a chance to see all the projects under Instac. And also part of this Institute of African Knowledge, we've got the Africa Fact Book. Let me show you the book itself. This is the book actually. The Africa Fact Book itself is another project under Instac. So as it says, Africa Fact Book, we are again demystifying or busting myths, because we are saying we have our own stories as Africans. So we are talking Africa, all things African, celebrating Africa. So African countries came together to write this book, to tell our stories. And again, it wasn't Zimbabwe documenting stories about Libya or South Africa. So countries came together, researchers, historians, and all that. Each country had an opportunity to tell their own stories. So this is another project. This book costs $50, but we also have like soft copies of it. So
excuse me, you have, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I said softer.
Yeah, you have copies that are soft, they cost less, or the same price? They're all $50.
They are, you mean the soft copies?
Yeah.
The soft copies are, I'm not so sure if we are selling them $50.
Yeah, that's $50.
Could be 50 as well, I'm not so sure.
So soft copies, is that electronic books?
Yes.
Is that what that is?
Like an ebook.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
we do have that. Again, if you go under the website of African Union,
Yeah.
you'll get to also find this book as well.
African Union.
Yes,
Africa, is the website is it written inside the book anywhere?
the African Union,
The website.
the website.
I want to get a copy of it for the
Of
film.
the African Union. Maybe if you just
Okay.
Google African Union,
All right.
you see the website there.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, this micro museum. Why we have a micro museum? Because our projects that I spoke about or that I talked about, they are still under construction. The museum is still under construction. So we are saying, instead of waiting for the museum to be finished, so in the meantime we should be
Yes.
doing the work.
Right.
So this is just like a highlight or a glimpse of what's to come. So we have already started collecting the artifacts. So we have artifacts. So here we've got artifacts of African liberators. So mostly we've got African liberators. This is the combat of the late Josiah Tongogara. He's one of our nationalists. So he's already late, but that's one of his, that's actually his combat. We normally have his pistol, but it was put away for security reasons. So this is the history of Josiah Tongogara. And then here, probably you recognize Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Love this one.
Okay, float
this
like a
is
butterfly,
one of
sting
the
like a bee.
statues, yes, of Muhammad Ali, because we relate the stories behind. We share the same stories, so I'm sure you understand that one. And then here we've got.
Could I have you stop just for a second?
Yes.
So I've heard, and I think I've seen this. Could you talk about this gentleman he's talking to right there?
Okay, so
Please.
I understand that gentleman is actually the because they had a foundation. So that foundation, I think they made, that guy is the one who made those statues. So actually there were 12 statues, and then they donated one of the statues to us.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I understand. So
Okay.
one is the guy who
Made the statue.
statues, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
then here we've got Leopold Takawira.
Yes. Yes.
Leopold Takawira is one of also of our founding fathers of liberation in Zimbabwe. So here we've got the history, but as you can see, most of the stuff is like fading away.
Yes.
So what we are doing as part of our storytelling, we are also doing digitalization. Unfortunately, our studio is closed today because the guy who works there is not available today. Otherwise, we're going to show you how we digitalize our content.
Yes.
So this here, we are trying also to have this information on digital
Yes.
content. But still, we have some real artifacts from Comrade Leopold Takawira. This was a radio that he used, and this was the camera mainly used during the time of liberation.
Let me see, that camera look a little bit like Eastman Kodak camera.
That's what I was wondering.
Talking about that.
Is it, Bishop?
It says, I'm not sure, what is that, B-E-N, Bermuda? Bermuda? I'm not sure.
Okay, looks a lot like Eastman Kodak
Yeah,
camera.
it's similar.
Okay, so we have he was also a religious man. Here's one of his rosary, and yeah, so that's the artifacts from Leopold.
And that other,
Takawira.
there's something else
This
in
one
there.
is used for usually when people are worshiping, when they're
Okay.
it's
Okay,
like a
like a
musical
gourd.
instrument.
Shake,
Yeah.
shake, okay.
Yeah.
A rattler, shake,
Yeah.
gourd.
And then
Okay.
we've got this TV. It's called a decoy or a disguise.
Philips TV.
Decoy or a disguise.
Okay.
In the sense that this TV, back in the days in Africa or in Zimbabwe, during this time, in the early 1970s, 1980s, only a few households could own a TV.
Okay.
And during the time of colonialism or colonial period, most black people could not afford these TVs. So this is a time when the struggle had intensified in Zimbabwe. So there was a man, a missionary person who donated this TV, Father Ribeiro. He donated it to Enos Nkala, our nationalist. So Enos Nkala was one of the people who were also founding fathers of nationalism. He was friends with the likes of Robert Mugabe and other nationalists. So what they would do, they would go to his house and pretend to be watching TV.
Okay.
Because they were not allowed to be seen gathering. Yes, just gathering as elderly people could mean that they would be detained or imprisoned. So they would then gather around, pretend to be watching TV, at the same time planning the struggle. So it's part of our history as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
So here we've got a foundation stone which was laid by His Excellency President Emmerson Mnangagwa. This is the foundation stone that was laid by him in order to actually he was basically supporting the construction of our Liberation Museum. So this is the foundation stone. And here we've got a history of one interesting figure. We normally call him or refer him to as Father Zimbabwe, the late Dr. Joshua Nkomo. So we've got most of his artifacts there. So here we've got Joshua Nkomo. This is Joshua Nkomo, and some of the people.
A bit like so.
Yes. So you see, this
That's
is
perfect.
Ambassador
Yeah.
Salim Ahmed Salim, who also supported our struggle. Because remember, for us to attain independence, we relied also on foreign support in terms of armaments and training of our cadres and all that. So this is him and them. And then we have Joshua Nkomo again there. And this is actually this is the late Kenneth Kaunda,
Okay.
the president of Zambia.
Oh,
Kenneth Kaunda and Joshua Nkomo were very good friends, to such an extent that even Kenneth Kaunda gave Dr. Joshua Nkomo a military base in Zambia,
wow.
where the soldiers of Zimbabwe or ZIPRA were trained. So they were close friends. So you see that suit that Dr. Joshua Nkomo was wearing?
Yes.
It's that one there. That is the suit.
The
that
suit
he-
right here.
Yes,
Wow.
the suit.
Guys, see the suit here.
Yeah, so he was a very big man, as you can see.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Joshua Nkomo's suit.
Full vision of that suit, guys.
And then here I've got a picture of our leaders. Okay, from there, this is the late
The
Simon.
glare. Did a little bit for the glare.
Okay, Simon
Uh-huh.
Muzenda, the late vice president of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and this is the late Robert Mugabe, the late president of Zimbabwe.
Okay.
This is Dr. Joshua Nkomo, the founding father of Zimbabwe nationalism, as well as the late vice president. We've got the current or the reigning president, Comrade Emerson Mnangagwa. So this is a picture of our leaders.
All right.
Yes. So they were celebrating the independence dinner.
And is that not Gaddafi? Who's that guy?
That's Salim Ahmed Salim, something.
Salim,
That's
okay.
not Gaddafi.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not Gaddafi.
So this is still Joshua Nkomo stuff. If you see here, we've got this hat and this shirt. If you know Mandela, you would see that you'd recognize some of the way the dress code. It was like a pattern. It actually, I will show you when we get to the shirts
Okay.
that side. And then he had this fair hat. This fair hat is a traditional Ndebele culture. In a traditional Ndebele culture, this is the same fair hat that you see there. He normally wore that, it was part of his dress code, but it was very, it
So
symbolized
guys,
Ndebele
you're talking
culture.
about this thread right here, guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we also have the walking sticks. These
Okay.
walking sticks, there's a story behind the walking sticks, because Joshua Nkomo was one of the well sought after nationalists in Zimbabwe. He was detained for 10 years at Gonabudzingwa restriction camp during the time of the struggle, but they tried to assassinate him more than 7 times.
Wow.
And each time they
Wow.
missed him maybe by a minute or 2 minutes or an hour. So such that white people even believed he had the power from that hate and from the walking sticks.
Wow.
They thought each time they tried to kill him, he would perform magic using the stick. Sometimes they even thought he would turn into an ant or a cat, but well, it wasn't like that. So we also have some of his artifacts as well, his diplomatic passport. We've got his cell phone. During
Yeah.
that particular time, there's
Wow,
also a
guys.
history behind that cell phone. That cell phone, he was given to Joshua Nkomo by a man called Dr. Strive Masiwa. I don't know if you've heard about Strive Masiwa.
No, I haven't.
One of the richest Zimbabweans. Dr. Strive Masiwa struggled to get a telecommunications license, and Joshua Nkomo stepped in and fought for him, and then he's now actually one of the richest people in Zimbabwe.
Wow.
But the idea is that Joshua Nkomo didn't mind, because at that particular time there was tribalism going on, but Joshua Nkomo didn't care that Strive Masiwa was from a different tribe. So it shows his character as a leader. He was an inclusive leader. He didn't care about, you know, the
Yes.
the ethnicity
Yes.
of a person. So that portrait there is of Joshua Nkomo and Robert Mugabe. Again, like I spoke about ethnic wars that were happening, tribalism. So this is a time when they signed the Unity Accord, which united the people of Zimbabwe. So every 22nd of December in the country, we celebrate Unity Day.
Oh.
So it was signed in 1987 between these two leaders
Wow.
to celebrate and foster unity in the country.
Okay.
So this one I already explained is
Yes.
suit. And here we've got the stuff for the late Simon Muzenda. The late Simon Muzenda was also our vice president. Simon Muzenda was a carpenter. He was a carpenter, but during the time of the struggle, he used, so these are some of the stuff that he used as carpentry work. He used the money that he gained from this carpentry work to support the liberation struggle of Zimbabwe.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this letter is
Oh, this letter was actually signed by our current President of Zimbabwe, His Excellency Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa. He was actually inviting actually Kenya or other. It's actually a letter that we submit to other African countries to invite them to partner with us in this Liberation City project.
wow.
Yeah. And then here we've got Simon Mazorodze's stuff or artifacts. Simon Mazorodze was a doctor. So as a doctor, he used his skills to treat the wounded soldiers during the time of war. So that's actually
Right.
a pipe where they used to smoke. So that's one of the stuff. Yeah, that's basically that, and his family pictures there.
Is that a Volkswagen I'm looking at here?
Yeah, it looks like
Like
it's
a little beetle bug?
yeah, it looks like it's. And then there we've got Switzerland. Switzerland, you'll find out when we go down there where there are flags, you will see the flag of Switzerland. Switzerland is part of this project because Switzerland supported our cause even during the time of liberation struggle. So
Switzerland did?
Yes, and then during the time when Zimbabwe attained independence in 1980, Switzerland was the first European country to recognize Zimbabwe as a sovereign state.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So here, there's history also behind. These are drums. Usually, when we play our news, there's a drum beat that happens or that is played. So the first guy who actually produced that beat decided to donate this to the museum.
Wow.
Yeah. And then there, like I mentioned, the freedom shirts. Like, I don't know how familiar you are with the likes of Mandela. So Joshua Nkomo was one of the founding nationalists in Africa or in Zimbabwe. He was friends with the likes of Kenneth Kaunda, like I mentioned, the likes of Kwame Nkrumah, the likes of Mandela. So they had their own regalia. So this one is called freedom shirts. Mandela is well known for wearing those shirts. Joshua Nkomo was well known for these shirts. So to them, these shirts meant business, meant they were ready to liberate the country or the continent. So they called them the freedom shirts.
So that's the design that's in there?
Okay, it's more like a chevron design, which is more African. It symbolizes Africanism.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like a Pan-Africanism kind of, design. So you see, that's a different one.
Yes.
This one has got black pockets. But if you go to the Joshua Nkomo Museum, there's like 3-4 shades already there. So he used to have like different ones. So yeah, that's Joshua Nkomo there.
Wow.
So from here, I'm going to take you to see, we've got Robert Mugabe's cars. Okay, anyway, before we go there, the couches that you see, the small ones, the small white ones, they belong to the late Robert Mugabe. They were donated by his family. We've got a collection of other artifacts from his family. On the other side, we'll just pass by and see them as we go out. So I don't know if you've got any questions before we move.
You've done a thorough job for us, I can tell, with the studying that I've done, but I think go ahead, Bishop.
I was wondering about those plates back there, the metal plates. What's the significance of those?
Okay, the metal plates, these ones, these ones are some of the, what you call them, souvenirs.
Oh, okay.
Some of the souvenirs that were given to Joshua Nkomo because of his work, basically his nationalism work.
Okay.
So this is just part of it because there's a whole museum dedicated to him in his hometown, Bulawayo. So these are just part and parcel of the artifacts that were donated by the Joshua Nkomo Museum.
All right.
But these are just some souvenirs that
Okay.
were given to him. Like this one is from the Republic of Iran, and this one is from Malaysia, and that one is from
Some of the different nations.
Yes, different nations that recognized him as one of the founding fathers, which is actually nicknamed Father Zimbabwe. And then that kente cloth, maybe you recognize it. It's a
Yes.
royal cloth of Ghana.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Joshua Nkomo, like I mentioned, he was friends with Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah is the first black president of Ghana. So when Ghana attained independence, Joshua Nkomo was one of the people that were invited in the inauguration party. So he was gifted that kente cloth. again at the Museum of Joshua Nkomo, you will find the one of the clothes. So he kept them dearly because that's a royal cloth.
Yes.
Also a
Yes.
story behind. And also whenever Kwame Nkrumah was doing or attending or negotiating for peace, he was always dressed in an African attire, mainly the kente.
Yes.
So it was actually nicknamed the fighting wife of Kwame Nkrumah, the kente
Wow.
cloth.
Wow.
So that's the story behind that.
All right.
Then
All
I
right.
wondered about that cane. Does that come out? I know some had like a spear in them
Not
in the
really.
cane. Not,
It's
not,
just
not the one with the duck head.
it's just
on it.
one of the collection of his actually his walking sticks. We call it a walking stick. Like I said, this is when white people actually believed these magic sticks.
power.
They power like the Moses stick, you know.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
That's what I thought about
besides
when she
that,
said
it's not it's not like it's some magical powers in them or anything like that.
Okay, guys, thank you for joining us. We're going to move to the next step. Make sure you stay tuned.
There's aircons, there's what is cozy, it's nice and cozy. So usually, this is how we tell our stories.
What you did.
They get to see these videos, like I said, the videos are compressed into like 6 minutes, 8 minutes. Like here we've got a story about inventions done by black people under slavery. Because we say we are demystifying
So
information.
important.
Yes. So why we talk about inventions done by black people under slavery is because we are saying when the Europeans came to colonize Africa, they said it's because Africa was a dark continent, people are backward and barbaric, but you find out black people who were actually taken to Europe as slaves, they had inventions that are actually important and that are even used up to today. There are so many inventions. So this is also, this part corrects this history of saying black people are just dumb, they are just they can't think and all that. So school kids get to appreciate our history, to say back in the days, back then, if we talk about the history of Egypt itself, there are so many inventions that were done by the Egyptians, the hieroglyphics, the pyramids, the irrigations and all that. So we've got so many, here in Zimbabwe itself, we've got Great Zimbabwe. If you get an opportunity to go to Great Zimbabwe, you will see how the Shona people actually created that city through stones.
Wow.
Yeah, so they just made stones. It's actually a beautiful place. If you go there, you will see. So we've got different topics. Like here, we've got the topic about the black skin color. We've got a topic about why wars of liberation, etc., etc. So a person just chooses which video to watch, then they just click, sit down, and then have an appreciation. So this is the mobile part of the museum. So once the museum is complete, we'll get a section where you've got real artifacts, and a section like this where young people can just go there, or anyone for that matter can just go there, get to appreciate history through this digital.
Right.
So now, are these to one person and maybe you got headphones? Because if you have four
Yeah.
different people and they all want to see something
Yeah.
different,
Mhm.
is it
Yeah,
Bluetooth to
headphones.
headphones
Yes.
and you can be tuned to your own channel, so to speak?
Yeah.
Okay, and it takes on the full screen when it comes on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then this information going forward, we want to have like an online museum of some sort,
Mhm.
where even when at the comfort of your home in America, you can just get to like click Museum of African Liberation online. You get through our museum, you get to get this information.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So basically, this is the mobile museum of part of the museum, the mobile part of the museum. So ideally, what we want to create in this, we call this the Liberation City. We want when someone comes from America or comes from Asia, they think about learning African history. We want to be like a one-stop shop, where you come here, you want to experience or learn about the history of Tanzania. You have the history of Tanzania, heritage, what, everything Tanzania. You want to learn about Malawi, you want to learn about
Nice,
Egypt.
nice.
So this is what we are doing.
Yes.
So that's why we're inviting all African countries to come together. As much as African Union is not situated in Zimbabwe, but we are saying let the history of Africa be told
Yes.
in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
So this is us. So now let's go and start to see all the projects.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I think you answered it, but I just want to reiterate it. So with Black history, you basically started with scientists and inventors, and that is great. Actually, I taught Black history for 20 years, and I actually started with scientists and inventors, and the reason was because when my growing up, we got we got very minute teachings of anything positive about blacks.
Oh, yeah.
So there were and slaves and gone. And so the youth that I taught, and I stopped teaching in 2008 and I started in 1987, they were focusing on, well, we haven't done anything. Did we create anything? Did we make anything? What is here? You know, and they were feeling like we were just not, a people that was producing anything to society. And so out of all of it, that was one of the topics that I chose and did extreme research. Garrett Morgan did the traffic light, and various things. Also Frederick Jones, the refrigerator, various things, that they could begin to understand.
Yeah.
Every time they open the door, every time you're driving the car, they see the traffic light, something clicks and help them. So yes, very, very good for that.
Thank you. So now we are even saying there are many black people in America. We have even those foundations like the what do you call that? One of the I was actually Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King was a civil rights.
Yes, so there are those foundations. So we want to partner with such foundations
That's
Yeah.
good.
that we tell our stories.
Urban League, things like that.
Yes.
As Africans. So that's basically the whole idea, the whole concept.
And I haven't gone, but Bishop, don't we have a newly African American museum in Washington?
D.C.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I gotta go there. Yes.
I
hmm
wish I could get a chance one
I
day.
was
Yes,
gonna ask you,
yes.
do y'all know about it and have y'all reached out to them?
Guys, we're going to be getting
So
into
I
more
take notes,
information.
guys, and make
Yeah.
sure, because we want to partner with such
That
organizations.
would
Yes.
It has it's a big facility. A lot of people always come through, and
COVID happened.
have a lot of our
So we had to redo
African
it.
American history in that place, which
So guys, this is the mobile Black History Unit. It is outstanding.
So again,
And they
since I
have the
had
chairs
discussed this
for you to
digital
come in and sit and connect on your
the one that I
tablet,
gave, they supported
and you
us,
can sit and get your history done individually. This is outstanding. Okay.
when we attended
So guys, now we're headed for more. So make sure that you stay tuned right here. Beginning of Heritage Village, guys.
It's also under construction, but like 95% done. I'd say 95%.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
Almost there.
ndaifunga kuti ichechi kapera kaiswa chichechi
Oh, serious?
tichechi ari kuda kuisa zvihofu ndikendi
Kani. Sorry, Heritage Village. Actually, had a function today. I'm not so sure if it's good.
aya mastorage ere aya
Yatopinda ikoko macubicles. I'll explain about those.
Okay, now are those? I want to say huts. What are those?
oh yeah that is where I saw
I believe it's easier for me when we are closer, then I'll be
Okay,
explaining each
okay.
aspect and each
Okay.
building and
All right.
you see Mr.
We're gonna be there soon, guys. We're turning in right now.
story behind that.
Yes. We're turning in right now. We're gonna find out what's over there, guys. Hold on.
work could be because there are so many people who are into that business, more like an entrepreneurship kind of business.
Yes.
Where, you see women having their weaving stuff, so they can come here and showcase. So we can
Yes,
have all those
yes.
days like a trade thing where people can just showcase their artwork. At
Now,
same
in the
time-
U.S., we call that a public market.
Yeah, something like that. So again, this is still a work in progress. There we're gonna have like a fountain, but still coming up. Like I said, the Heritage Village is almost done. So like again, our history is here. I'm sure you can recognize some of the people here, the likes of Bob Marley. We've got our Mbuya Nehanda.
I noticed it when we were driving by.
Yeah, you noticed them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, this is another part of history telling at our heritage village. people hire these places for
Yes.
different occasions. So we also have like a bar where people come.
So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna stop. So guys, we have a lot of music playing. We have a lot of music playing here. So I'm gonna stop and I'll take some photos, okay?
Our huts that represent some of our tribes in Zimbabwe. We've got the Ndebele hut, which was actually done. It's an authentic project done by the Ndebele people themselves. These are the Ndebele people that came from Matopo district. Remember we spoke about the 10 provinces?
Yes, yes, yes.
So Matopo is actually in Mad South.
Matopo, I've heard that,
South.
yes, yes.
So the Matopo women came and then they did this Ndebele hut. So this is like an authentic project. So this is our villages, basically. If you go to the villages in Zimbabwe.
Can I lift this?
Yes. This you go to the. This is for like pounding.
Maize, yes.
Yes,
Pounding
yes.
maize. So you were asking about pre-colonial African society.
Yes.
This is basically the setup that was done there.
Yes.
Our science behind the African society.
Yes.
When they wanted to make maize porridge,
Yes.
this is how they did it.
Yes.
By
Pounding, yes.
So this is how they created. Like this is like a what you call when they were if they wanted to sit outside and queue. This is how they.
And so I've seen this a lot.
And this is for sweeping. It's a broom.
Yes, yes.
This is a broom that was actually done by the African people, the Ndebele people. So this is like a bench
Yes.
where they sit outside. So
And
if you want to
cook
just
and
sit
do
outside
the-
and just relax.
Prepare the
So,
food.
prepare the food and stuff. So yeah, welcome and come see our Ndebele hut. So if you
Okay. All right, guys, we're inside the hut. It's a little dark. Let me see.
Yeah, yeah.
the kitchen. This is the kitchen. So this is mainly a place that was actually dominated by women. So women were the ones doing all this artwork, all the displays and everything. So all these things have got a significance. This is like a sieve where because the economic structure of the Ndebeles was solely on farming. So there was agriculture. So the women were mostly involved in agriculture, as in terms of growing of crops. So there's also like cattle keeping. So when they had milk, this is what they used to do in order to sieve or to
Okay,
to
okay.
strain the milk.
Yes, it's a strainer.
Yeah, a strainer.
Yes.
So these are baskets woven by the women, again, women projects, and this is for making traditional beer. Traditional beer, we call it umqombothi.
Let the
in
corn
Ndebele. Yes.
sour. And,
So, and this is called inkezo in Ndebele, or something that was used in order to drink water,
Yeah,
to drink
it's a
beer,
gourd.
traditional
Yeah.
beer. This is
Uh-huh.
more of a pre-colonial
Yes.
kind of setup.
yes.
These are like something like for putting maize or for pitting stuff and baskets as well and all that. So this is what we call amabele. It's actually one of our. They used to use this for like it's like a part of the staple food. You know,
Yeah,
they
in
would
Shona
pound
we
this.
call it, in Shona we call it mapfunde.
I'm not
Mapunde?
sure, so I'm not really good. So
Yeah.
he's got to explain that. And
Yeah, in
Yes.
Shona we call it mapfunde.
yeah.
And what do you exactly do with it?
They used to cook sadza.
Sadza is
Yeah,
like-
our
Oh, like
staple
the ungali,
food.
the
Yeah,
salsa, what
our
we've been
staple
eating, yeah.
food in Zimbabwe.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Yeah, and then also for making traditional beer as well.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah. So we've got the three-legged pots. They are very famous
Yes,
in the
yes.
rural areas.
Yes,
And they cook
cast
nice
iron.
food. The food is basically nice, and they like to use these metal plates in the rural areas.
Oh, those metal?
Yes,
Yeah,
these are metal
yeah,
plates.
okay.
Yeah, metal, very, very famous
Yeah.
in the rural areas. But then they do also have these ones.
Yeah, the wood.
Wooden
Uh-huh.
ones as well. The metal plates are usually what they use on their day-to-day basis, but they usually have
Oh,
porcelain and all that.
Yeah.
For special occasions, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Just in the rural areas. So you see here we've got like some dried vegetables.
Where's my light? That's
Yeah.
that's the green, isn't it?
Yeah. So
That's what
this
we
is
call green.
part of relish, part of the
I'll get my
food
light working
making.
here.
Yeah.
I'll show it. Hold on just a second. You got yours, sis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so these are dried
Yeah.
vegetables. So
Yeah.
what they used to do is during the time of when when the rainy season,
Yeah.
we would harvest most of this and then dry them, preparing for the dry season.
Uh-huh.
During the dry season, this kind of things would be scarce, and then now they can just rely on this for relish,
Yes.
dried vegetables. And these are called ikansi in our Ndebele culture. It's more like a mat.
Roll it up and take it.
Women used to sit on this side, on the other side, or sit on mats, while these men used to sit on benches.
Oh.
So that was the whole setup. Women sitting on mats, and then, as you can see, that I'm sure you can feel. That time when we were in the office, it was kind of hot. But can you feel
It's
the
cool,
difference?
yeah.
It's so cool. It's so conducive in different weather.
Yes.
Even if it's hot, it maintains the cool temperature. If it's also cold, it will be warm.
Wow.
So this is our African. You see the science
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah.
This is Africanism. So
And this is that long straw.
Yes. So this is the roofing. Again, it's African science. And here, this is the fireplace. This is where
Right, the three
yes.
corners, 3 stones.
Yeah, this is the fireplace where they put fire. So fire was at the center. Usually people would just sit around the fire. Remember,
Yes.
there's this storytelling time. So after cooking food and all that, after we're having food or having supper,
Yes.
they would just gather around the fire. Usually old ladies would be telling stories.
Yes.
So this is how history was actually preserved, through word of mouth and
Yeah, I think we call it the guru.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you call it the guru.
The guru,
We
he
call
passed
it-
the stories on. Yes.
And this is also, this was used to, stone, we call it ukola, where they grind also make peanut butter. Peanut
Oh,
butter
okay.
was made out of this as well. This is our inventions, black inventions,
And also middleman.
mealy meal to make
Okay.
salsa or pap.
Okay.
Or, yeah, food. So this is
Okay. Oh, he's going to do something for us.
I've never done it, unfortunately. I think he knows. I've never done it. This is how we did it.
Wow,
So
guys.
this is how we did it. So this is our Ndebele hat.
Okay, so Bishop, would you
Yes.
come in? Would you just hold the camera on me? So will you put some more down there so I can do that? Down here, show me doing this. Okay, so what am I supposed to do now? Put it here. And just kind of rub it like this? Like before? Could you get in front? Bishop, could you get in front of me, please?
But what you do, you normally have to like kneel down. But unfortunately,
I don't want to
you
get on
can't
my
kneel.
knees, but I
But
want to do
that's how
it.
they,
Okay, let's
they
do
did
it. Let's do it the right way.
Yes, you kneel down and
My
then
skirt getting dirty.
you do the
Like this?
Umakoti, say I'm a makoti.
Say what?
I'm a makoti.
What's that?
I'm a daughter-in-law.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So
Yeah.
Come on, we need to hear it. No, back at it. We need to hear you say that. No, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, we know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm a makoti.
Yes, guys. Let me get. Yes. Okay.
You gonna
Yes.
say something?
No, I just didn't want you to keep it straight.
Good.
Okay, guys. There we go. Thank you, Bishop. Yes.
Did that.
Yes, guys. Yes, yes. Down with the rock. Wow. Our ancestors. Our ancestors.
Coolness of the building.
Our ancestors.
So these projects are run by our first lady.
Oh, okay.
The first lady is behind the heritage, the creation of these huts. So it's not everywhere you can find these huts, except in rural areas. But we just said, let's bring our heritage in here so that we don't have to wait for our tourists to go to the rural areas, but to find or to have a feel of what it's like. So this is our rural setup. So that was our Ndebele hut, and now welcome to our Shona hut. Do the honors. So this is our Shona hut. It's just slightly different from the
Oh,
Ndebele
yeah.
one, but as you can see,
Yeah.
so again, it's
Guys, this is the Shona hut.
authentic because it was created by the Shona women. The lady that you saw, the one that I was talking to,
Yes.
she played a very important role in the construction of this Shona
Is she
hut.
Shona?
Yes, yes, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So usually here, what you see here, there is they put meat.
Meat? And
Yes,
the meat you have to
because
cure it?
remember, we didn't
To
have
dry-
yes, we
we call
didn't
it
have
curing in
fridges.
New York.
Yeah, so they would just put meat here, just close to the fire, so that
Yeah.
it doesn't get what we call that, some molds and just
Now,
doesn't
in,
get rotten and all that, just to preserve it. It was a preservation method.
So in the U.S., in countries in the country, they would do what they call smoking. They would smoke fish.
Yeah.
They would
So
smoke.
that's basically that.
Hang it here in the fire, and the smoke would come up. Yes, that's what you would do.
So again, this is more or less the same, but just a slightly different.
And what do you have here?
These are the mats as well. The mats.
Okay.
Because,
Made of animal skin?
Animal skin.
Yes.
So whenever they slaughtered a goat or
Yes.
a cow, they would preserve it. Also,
Yes.
these were actually used in the Ndebele society. I'm not so sure about Shona much. They were also used as blankets.
Oh.
The blankets made of these cow hides, and you would only just need maybe one. It was
Okay.
warm enough, but they would be made
Put oil or
slightly
something, they're
tender.
trying to make it a little
yes,
softer?
They would make, it was made soft.
Make it a little applicable to
Yes,
you.
but these ones were used also to just as mats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
mats.
Goat skin.
Yeah. And again, those were mats. Also, we call them
The mats. Yes. That we. Okay.
Shona is what?
Bonde.
Ponde.
Bonde.
Okay. And again, the grinding stone as well.
Yep,
That side.
uh-huh.
And again, the baskets. And this is when you ate sadza. I don't know if you've ate sadza.
Yeah, we
before.
have, uh-huh.
So sadza comes from this.
Yeah. Comes from corn.
Yes,
Now
it
we
comes
make
from
grits from corn. Yeah, all various types of grits.
Okay.
Yeah, yellow grits, textual grits, and we eat it cheese and grits and gravy, grits and this, grits
Yeah.
and that.
So that's us. We dry it, and then it goes through the grinding mill, and
Yeah.
it's made into powder, and then we make
Now we also
These are some of your farming tools.
farming tools there. Maybe you might
Is
want to
this-
get that. This is farming
Oh,
tools.
kwaphekwa indoku kumbe awuphekwanga
Lokhu akuphekwanga.
indoku zenhlanyelo
Oh, yes.
yeah, yeah. This was a homegrown. Thank you.
Yeah, these are
Yeah.
farming tools.
I gotta keep my phone out so I
A
can keep my
lot
light.
of cooking sticks as well.
Yes, guys, you can see the tools. Yep, they called this a hoe when I was a kid. Yeah, and then one we had.
Almost like this, the slingshot.
Yeah, it's a slingshot, Bishop.
Yeah.
For catching birds.
It's slingshot.
For beds, especially
Bats?
because yes, when young boys would they were the most involved in that.
Yeah.
So whenever they felt like they want to like have some
Yes.
some meat, they would just take
Yes.
that and then just go for
And kill the bats.
Yeah.
And they eat the bats.
yes.
Yeah.
My God, I never knew you would eat a bat.
It was like a hobby, but at the same time, it's something that they loved doing.
Wow, isn't that something?
Yeah.
Gilfowl and other
Yeah.
birds also.
Yeah, guinea fowls and things like that, but a
I
bat.
didn't know about the bat.
Okay.
Yeah,
The corn here.
Oh, yeah.
And one
They got
question.
big bats?
Now we also did roasting here.
No beds.
You'll just take that whole thing and boil it or roast it and eat it
Yeah, that's
over the fire.
We also do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
roasting
one
ears.
was done usually during the time of when maize was ripe and then still
Yeah.
in a state of being roasted and all that. It was more like a time that young people enjoyed,
Yeah.
or the whole family. So sometimes the maize would be boiled, while they would be also roasting
Yeah.
some in the fire. It was also keeping them closer together.
Yeah.
This is a time where they gather
Unity,
around, choosing
unity,
unity, as
unity.
well. And then here we've got some clay pots. Clay pots are also there were some African inventions as well. So before the coming of iron age,
Yes.
so they had these clay pots. Clay pots were used for various reasons: for cooking, for storing beer, for even storing water, etc., etc. So these are cold
Yeah.
water. It keeps the water very, very cold.
So they would go to the. Are you still using a borehole? Because in the United States we
They were
would call it a
using
well.
like a well.
So how you would the well?
The well. So we get water from the well.
What we call squash.
Okay.
And take the inside out.
All right.
And then put, what's the beans in it to make the rattle?
Yeah, some.
Yep. I used to put corn inside.
Some they don't. We were not doing like that. The seeds inside. And dry, you can just see.
Yeah.
It was just, but now this one they have opened here and put something or stones or whatever.
Yeah, I use corn. You can also use corn. Awesome. Awesome. How we doing? Oh my. And guys, again, this is grass. long grass.
Thatch roof.
How they make that out of, guys? You see it right there? Actual grass.
Okay, so
The animals, yep, rabbits and
yeah, this is for the village structure.
yeah.
These are for keeping
So that's a
rabbits.
rabbit skin?
Yeah, that's a rabbit skin. We had some rabbits here,
Mhm.
so this is mainly for rabbits. And here we call it.
We call it Churugwi in Shona.
Chirugwi in Shona. In Ndebele we call it Isipala, where we keep.
Isipala.
Yes, after harvesting the maize from the fields.
And you're gonna have to help me step up in there.
For animals,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's animals in there?
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
places. Eh?
Yeah.
What kind of animals are in there?
I
Yeah.
thought you put
Well, I'm not going if there's animals in there.
animals.
Let me check.
Oh, in our culture, actually, in our Ndebele culture, we keep maize. I'm actually surprised
Yeah.
we keep animals in there.
Yeah, just do it.
I don't know if you want to get in.
I don't want anybody to come running out. So,
What kind of animals?
what kind of animals are you seeing?
Huh? Kudzi, what kind of animals do you put?
Rabbits.
Oh, rabbits! I thought you were talking about some other kind of animals.
All right.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yes. I can see. Okay, guys, they keep animals in here, and something over here. Rabbits over here. Okay, in these little compartments. Okay, right. Cause he said animals. I'm going like, okay, what kind of animal? And I'm not going.
For hanging plates. Or
Chickens
dish-
over here, and for what? Dishes.
Washing dishes and
To wash the dishes, put 'em out here?
Because the kitchen,
Like a
they just
sink.
didn't want, more like a sink. But they
I've seen that happen in
so this
the Kenya.
some wood.
Yep.
firewood for
I'm used to
making
the wood.
fire.
Yep.
And we've got what we call a dare, that side. No, that side, it was where men used to sit. They would sit on that, like a shed like that.
Okay.
When just discussing some politics or whatever.
Yes, the men would meet. Yeah, the
their own
men.
meetings and
The
all
men
that.
club.
Men club. So,
Now, what is that? What is with the elephant statue?
sorry.
The
It's an
el-
elephant statue just for beautifying the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there we were making like a fountain.
Okay.
That side on the other side.
Okay.
So this marks the end of our heritage.
All
village.
right. Awesome.
Our heritage
So
village.
there you go. So guys, I want to thank our guide and make sure that you support what is it? The African Liberation
Mhm.
Museum?
of African Liberation or the Liberation City.
Yes. And where is that located in
It's
Harare?
actually located in Harare in Warren Park.
All
Close to
right.
the National Sports Stadium. It's an upcoming project, but as you can see, it's already wonderful. You
Yes,
can still come
yes.
in, even if it's not yet complete. You are welcome to come in.
Yes.
Again, like we said, we are inviting investors, partners, and all. So it's our African project. So everyone
Yes.
African, so everyone who relates or identifies themselves as African, they are free to come here, and everyone else who wants to also learn the history of Africa is also welcome.
Guys, this has been an amazing, educational, emotional tour. We've gone in and saw the pots and the how they did food and how they prepared food, and it's just amazing. I can't watch the video and you'll see some of it, and otherwise you got to get here and see it for yourself to get the true history, guys. Guys, this is Queen C. Pinkston, your caregiver supporter, right here. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in our next video.